All right, number 5, we're going to be solving a radical expression, radical equation. We have square root of 4x minus 9 equals 1. All right, our first step to get rid of the square root, we're going to square both sides. It's going to give us 4x minus 9 equals 1. We're going to add 9 and then divide by 4. Reduce, this will give us 5 over 2. All right, so each time you do this, you want to go back and plug this in just to check. So if we were to plug this in right here, 4, 5 over 2 minus 9 equals 1. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. It's going to be 10 minus 9, which just gives me 1. Square root of 1, and square root of 1 is 1. So this checks out. Oh, I'm sorry. Answer is not 1. The answer is 5 over 2. All right, so number 6, another radical expression. So again, you want to isolate the radical. So we're going to take that 8 and move it over. So we're going to subtract 8. So we have square root of x plus 3 equals negative 8. So just looking at the setup here, once we isolate the radical, thinking that there's going to be no solution, and the reason being is because normally when we do square root, we're considering the positive for these equations. So when I take the square root of a number, they're expecting it to be positive. But truly, it could have been negative or positive to start. Okay, but it's probably going to be no solution because of this scenario. But let's solve it. We're going to square both sides. And this is going to give us x plus 3. This gives us 64 positive. Subtract 3, x equals 61. So we're looking at 61 being our solution. All right, so let's check that out. We have square root of 61 plus 3, and then we have outside the radical plus 8 equals 0. All right, so 61 plus 3 gives us the square root of 64 plus 8 equals 0. And then square root of 64 is 8. And 8 plus 8 is not equal to 0. Now, if we were considering plus or minus 8, it could be negative 8. Negative 8 plus 8 will give you 0. But they're only considering positive, so we're going to say no solution.